Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to GC Independent High School in the past debate competition. Our topic today is the school year should last all year long. On my right is the government team from A1A, consisting of Ms. Teo Yi Hong as the first speaker, Mr. Ong Yu Xuan as the second speaker, Ms. Zhou Yigong as the third speaker, and Mr. Lai Jiawen as the fourth speaker. And on my left is the opposition team from A1A, consisting of Ms. Alicia Loy Xian as the first speaker, Mr. Fu Mingho as the second speaker, Mr. Gang Hongda as the third speaker, and Mr. Dan Junxi as the fourth speaker. Now I would like to introduce our team of adjudicators. Ms. Yo as the chief adjudicator, and the other adjudicators are Ms. Lin Wen-Xin and Mr. Benjamin. I, Zhang Liqian, will be the chairperson for this debate, and Zoe Teo will be the timekeeper. Now I'm going to introduce the rules of today's debate competitions. Firstly, the maximum speaking times are 5 minutes for each speaker and 4 minutes for reply stage. There are no maximum time. Next, during the rebuttal, members may not bring up any new arguments or new evidence except in direct applications of material which has already been present. Then, members will speak only when called upon by the speaker. There's to be no heckling. Besides, all speakers should attempt to both deliver at least one POI and to accept one POI during the course of the debate. There is no continuous POI allowed. It is considered as heckling. Furthermore, the first minute of each constructive speech is considered protected time during which no POI can be made. In addition, no POI and new main point may be made during the reply speech. Moreover, the government must define the resolutions. Their definition must be accepted unless it is undebatable or unreasonable. Lastly is the time limit of competitions. The time given is 5 minutes. The first bell will ring after the speaker speaks for 1 minute, like this. After 1 minute, members of the opposition team can raise the POI. After the speaker has spoken for 4 minutes, the bell will ring like this. POIs can still made after this. POI's time given is 15 seconds. After the bell rang, the speaker will have to stop. And after the speaker has spoken for 5 minutes, the bell will ring twice, like this. The speaker will have to stop. Now I call upon the first speaker of the government to present her case. Time given is 5 minutes. Please begin.
Thank you, Chairperson and Timekeeper. Good morning to the honorable adjudicator, members of the floor, and my worthy opponents. We, the government team, strongly agree to today's motion. The school year should last all year long. As the first speaker, I will give out my definition, and my first point, which is year-round schooling is year-round school enhance the efficiency of students. And my second speaker, Yu Xuan, he will rebut the first speaker of opposition team and give out the second point, which is year-round schooling is easier for scheduling. And the third point, which is year-round schooling maximize the facility usage in a minimum expenses. And my third speaker, Zoe, she will give out the rebuttals and strengthen our team's case. And my fourth speaker, Jiawen, he will talk about the questions and sum up the debate. First, I would like to start by giving the definition of the motion today. The school year should last all year long. According to dictionary, all year long means a whole year. This means that students will go to the year-round school. A year-round school is the school which is operating for the full year. And according to NEA, the National Education Association of the US website, a year-round school is an operated system which school operate 180 days as usual but take shorter breaks between each term. And the most popular form of year-round education is the 45-15 plan, where students attend school for 45 days and get 3 weeks off. Now I will move on to my first point. Year-round school enhance the efficiency of students. Summers are not all they are cracked up to be. While students love summer, their brain do not. By going 3 months without using critical thinking, students are losing a good bit of finding themselves, a good bit of what they have learned each year. At the end of the long break, teachers are finding themselves have to take extra time of their day to reteach their students the things they already learned the previous year. 3 months might not sound very long, but for a student, it can seem like a lifetime. It's all about scale. Think of it like this. 3 months in the life of a 10-year-old makes 2.5% of their life, but for a 30-year-old adult, 2.5 of their life is 9 months. Could you just take off from work for 9 months, do not use your work skill in that time, and expect to work as well as you did beforehand? So, a shorter break away from school will increase the efficiency of students, which allow them to catch up more quickly, and it will make sure students will get rid of their holiday mood much easier. In this way, this will allow students to become better and more productive members of the society when they grow up. For example, most of the students in Malaysia are using the year-round plan and it is successful, which is why the United States of America compared to traditional schools. Frequent breaks are good for students. They will have less stress when they go back to school after a short break, and they will become more eager to learn. Year-round school can also utilize the multi-track year-round calendar, which is dividing the entire student's body and stuff into different tracks. For example, a school is using 4-track system. Then at any one time, 3 or 4 tracks are attending school, while the 4th are on vacation. This will expand the seating capacity of a school facility. For example, if a school with seating capacity of 1,000 uses 4-track system, it would potentially enroll 1,333 students, increasing its capacity by 33%.
Yeah.
Yes, accepted.
Are you saying that the normal school schedule can't apply this 4-track system?
But year-round school can. I will pass this question to my second speaker. Thank you. And so, from my point above, I urge the educator to share with us the government team who strongly agree to the motion, which is this House believes that the school year should last all year long. Thank you.
Thank you. The first speaker has spoken for 3 minutes and 50 seconds. First speaker of the opposition to present her case. Time given is also 5 minutes. Please begin.
Thank you, Chairperson and time people. Good morning to the judges, members on the floor, and my honorable opponents. So, as the first speaker, we agree the definition that is given by the government team, and I will be presenting my first point, and my second speaker will be giving his second point and third point, and my third speaker will be giving his rebuttals, and my fourth speaker is going to give his reply speech. So, I'm going to rebut what the first speaker of the government team has said. She has stated that students will become reproductive if the school year lasts all year long. However, according to a report by the Commonwealth of Virginia, research has found little relationship between extended schooling and increased academic performance. So I will now continue to my first point. My first point is self-development activities, such as annual camps, volunteering, full-time job, and extracurricular activities. So, job experience is very important as, according to a report in research in the sociology of work, working around at 15 years old have a higher chance of being employed and also have high quality job matches. The benefits are even stronger when working with their families. By doing full-time jobs, they will learn how to manage their time and finance effectively. Besides, annual camp will be disrupted. According to a Parent Guide News, students will attend school year after years with the same peers. It will lead to labeling and being stuck with a particular perception. By joining camps, they can meet different people and different environments. The children will break out of his supposed categorization and get to see what is in front of them, rather than what they've been taught to see through. Besides, annual camp can let them specialize something they like and they are interested in. Besides, volunteering will also be disturbed. According to a research, teenagers have more responsible and gain new skills such as leadership, communication skills, dependability, and decision making. They can perform better at school and build a stronger resume for college and scholarship application. Jenny Gibbs, a volunteer, has said that volunteering is good for mental health, as by helping others, she gained more perspective and become less inward focusing. The academic pressure she used to feel is also much less. At 2007, a federal study has stated that disadvantaged teenagers who volunteer feel empowered. This proves that it boosts teenagers' self-confidence and self-esteem. They will also learn how to deal with challenges and communicate with different people. Besides, extracurricular programs can run into problems, and they have scheduled their practices and competition during holidays. Extracurricular has been proven that it can improve academic performance. Doing what one is passionate does increase their brain function. It can help them to be concentrate and manage their time better and contribute to higher grades. High endurance sport train us to be more focused and build our stamina. This is an advantage for studying and exams as we can face the intense difficulty at ease. Besides, extracurriculum activities and leadership account for about 30% of application at university. It is impossible to get into any university in the United States or United Kingdom without doing extracurriculum. Countries like Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, Thailand, and Malaysia also care about extracurriculum. So, traditional school gives students time to participate in these self-development activities, which let students learn lifetime skills such as independence, communication skill, time management, money management skill, and leadership. So, we strongly disagree that school year should last all year long. Thank you.
Thank you. The first speaker has spoken for 4 minutes and 12 seconds. Next, second speaker of the government to present his case. Time given is also 5 minutes. Please begin.
Thank you to the chairperson and the timekeeper. Good morning to the honorable educators, members of our floor, and our worthy opponents. I am the second speaker of the government team, and we strongly agree to the notion the school year should last all year long. As a second speaker, I should rebut the first speaker's point and give up my second point and the third point. First, as the first speaker had mentioned, they disagree with the year-round school because you can attend to those holiday summer camps. But there's one, indeed it have a lot of benefits, but there's one problem about those day camps is the price. According to the American Camp Association, day camps the price of a day camp can go up to $500 per week, and which some people may not be able to afford. So now let me present my first point of the team. We believe that the school year should last all year long is because it is easier to schedule vacations. Well, a 3-month summer vacation block in normal schools may sound great for planning vacations, but in reality, it's not that quite easy as you actually thought up. It is because some parents, they have work schedules, they need to complete with their workplace, and sometimes if they want to plan a travel or another activity, it may be hard. In year-round schooling, they split the holiday into multiple sections spread out towards a time, making it less hard to plan because it's just a one week short break. So it will be easier to plan. And also, it will give more opportunities for everyone to take a well-deserved vacation. And since I mentioned it's easier for scheduling things, the teachers will be also less constrained by time. When you guys are studying school, don't you notice that you won't finish the textbook at the end of the year? I know, well, I don't. These 3 months, the teacher have to compress the whole syllabus into one single slot of time before you are accepted.
Do you know the year-round school schedule and our normal schedule still have the same amount of working days?
Yeah, but the only thing is they have to compress it into one single slot instead of divide it into a lot of slots. It will be very stressful. So, by switching to a year-round schedule, they will have a more spread out time to go over the lessons and help with the students and improve their studying quality in the process. And critical lessons will no longer be compressed just to fit in a single slot of time. Now, let me present my third point of the speech, which is the year-round school can help us to save costs. As mentioned by the first speaker, year-round schools can employ a so-called multi-track system. They could maximize the usage of the school facilities and cut down costs from 20 to 23%, according to the Californian Ministry of Education. These savings can go over from the books, buildings, materials, and other equipment. Also, as just now, the second speaker of the opposition team mentioned that we have normal school can multi-track, isn't it? Well, normal school cannot multi-track because the schedule there's little to no breaks between, so multi-track is impossible. Say.
Do you know there's day and night every day? So you can split it into two schools, day school and night school.
I know this can, but there are some things that, what happens if you have to split the holidays? Some of them, their session, they are split between, some they have different holidays, so they are more spread out. Even the day school and night school might work. It won't work better than the multi-track system first speaker have just stated. So, according to my point stated above, I urge the educators to sway with us, the government team who strongly agree that the motion, which is, this House believes that the school year should last all year long. Thank you.
Thank you. The second speaker has spoken for 4 minutes and 58 seconds. Next, second speaker of the opposition to present his case.
Thank you.
5 minutes. Please begin.
Thank you to the Chairperson and thank people. A very good morning to the Honourable Judges, the members of the floor, and of course my worthy opponents. I'm the second speaker of the opposition team and I'll be rebutting the second speaker of the government team and I'll be giving the second and third point of my team. Now I'd like to start my rebut. You said that there's more breaks. What about the starting chapter unable to finish thing? What if between the breaks you can't finish what you're going to teach, the whole chapter? Are you supposed to continue teaching after the break to the last half of the chapter? Or do you continue teaching the whole way up and then have a large break of holidays? And the breaks are 15 to 20 days. You mentioned the multi-track system. So some students just go to school for 40 days and then some go to school for 15 to 20 days a month. And I'll now move into the second point of my team, which is the cost of transitioning into the year-round school schedule and the cost of operating it. A huge disadvantage in the year-round school schedule is the huge leap in cost to the school district. According to the California Department of Education, they have a guide called the Year-Round Education Program Guide. The huge requirement in both transitional and operational costs is preventing schools from implementing the year-round school schedule all over the world. So, transitional costs are costs needed to transition from a normal schooling schedule to the year-round schooling schedule. Now, we have to pay staff to get them educated on how to adapt and what this schedule is all about. And even side earnings like renting out the hall for like events and so. People generally create these events during the end of the year, during the large break. But now because of this weird schedule, we can no longer rent out the hall for these events. And the other cost is operational costs. These are the costs to operate the year-round schooling schedule, and this include maintenance fee. They said that they can save maintenance fee, but this is clearly wrong, clearly wrong. You have to get staff, pay them 12 months of salary instead of 10 to 11 months to clean the school, to maintain everything's cleanliness. And not only that, but parents also have to pay, if their child lives in the hostel, you generally only have to pay for 10 to 11 months of hostel fee. But because the school, because school is operating the whole year, the whole 12 months, so now you have to pay for 12 months of hostel fees. And because of this cost, during the 2011 to 2012 academic year, over a dozen of schools in Virginia that was operating on this year-round schooling schedule converted back to our normal traditional schooling schedule because of the cost being the primary factor. So how can you say they are saving costs if over a dozen of schools have transitioned back to the traditional schooling schedule because of the cost?
You are
Accepted.
okay. You say it's just a short-term cost. you are talking about the cost initially, but what happens if in long term?
Is that it? In long term, what you see, like transportation cost, operational cost. I've stated the operational cost, not only the transitional cost. Okay, it's not only just transitional cost that is costing a lot. It includes the operational cost. Now I'll move into the third point of my theme, which is family estrangement. Family estrangement is the loss of existing relationship between family members through physical and emotional distancing. The year-round school schedule distances students from their parents. Now, this relates back to the operational cost, which includes transportation cost. The student is, if the school is far away from home, like if they have to travel via plane or train, the ticket is very expensive. Generally, the family only have to pay for one trip, one way back home and one way back to the school, just to meet the parents for like 2 to 3 months. But if we apply this year-round schooling schedule, they either have to pay for multiple trips of coming back home and back to the school. And not all families can afford that. Some families can only accept it.
Don't you think your family is more important? You on your this teenage year, you must have more communication with
对不
your
起
family.
So are you saying you stay with your friends
这
more
里
than
是孙
more
导
than you
处
stay
的
with your
报
family?
告。
I'm pretty sure family is
由
more
于我
important.
们
They
学
gave
校
my
的
life.
花
They gave
草
my life.
有喷射农药，
And
所以
now
请
they
老
have
师
to pay
及
for
同学们注
multiple
意，
trips coming
不
home
要
and
用
going back.
手去触碰花花草草。如果一旦你不小心触碰，你必须马上清洗干净。还有，如果工作人员在喷射农药的时候，请同学不要靠近。报告完毕，谢谢。
And if the family is not able to afford for these multiple trips, if they follow like their normal schedule, which is paying for only one trip of ticket, they will only be with their child for 15 to 20 days. That is very, very less time. And that will slowly but surely tear apart the relationship between the parents and the family, the students. Thank you. That's my speech. And once again, my team strongly opposed to the motion of today, which is the school year should last all year long. Thank you.
Thank you. The second speaker has spoken for 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Next, first speaker of the government will present her case. Time given for 5 minutes. Please begin.
Thank you, Chairperson and timekeeper. A very good morning to the wise adjudicators, the members of the floor, and of course my worthy opponents. I am Zoe. I'm the third speaker of the government team, and we strongly agree to the motion today, which is the school year should last all year long. First, I would like to give out my rebuttals towards the opposition first speaker and the second speaker. First, the first speaker of the opposition team has mentioned of self-development. She has mentioned a higher chance of employment, and you can either, during this long break, you can go to summer camps, you can go volunteer yourself, but let me say, volunteering and jobs can also be applied during these short breaks, and volunteering can do it anytime you want. There's no difference. And that is why, and summer camps, they cost a lot as well. So that is why studying in year-round schools are better. So she has also, she has also mentioned that.
I'm pretty sure that learning and experiencing experiences for 15 to 20 days is different to like a
But
month
the
or two.
experiencing period the amount of time is the same. So moving on to my rebuttals towards the second speaker of the opposition team. He's talked about the weird schedule. What this all year long is not a weird schedule. According to the United States Association of Education, there are approximately 3,181 year-round schools in the U.S., which distributes to 46 states in the 50 states of the United States of America. So he has also talked about using the multi-track system. This is not, but using the multi-track system, you can get more teachers. You can hire more teachers. That will not stress them. And by that, you can also get more students because you will get full use of the facility. And he has talked about family matters like no emotional and physical contact with them, but we have the internet. We can talk to them. And their school, he said that, rejected. And he said that if there are schools that are far away from home, but as I said that there are a lot of year-round schools distributed, and in Malaysia we all normally use the year-round school system. So moving on.
Do you think using the internet we can get close with our family through physical or emotional distancing?
Well, through emotional, yes. So moving on to restating my team's case, first of all, my first speaker has mentioned that it increases the efficiency of students. She has mentioned that through longer breaks, you will be easy to forget something. According to the Ebbinghaus forgetting curve, if someone doesn't think or review something, within 6 days, the person would have only approximately 25% of the rejected of that certain subject or knowledge. And she has also said that during this break, if we use this year-round school system and the multi-track system, we can catch up more quickly, and it will make sure students will get rid of their holiday mood, and it will be more essential for students to study, and they will become more productive members. And as my second speaker has mentioned in his second point, it is easier to schedule vacations because the 3-month vacation block, well, it's not that great, but having that one large vacation block, parents have to complete in the workplace to get the appropriate time, and you have to spend around $4,500 for that 3 months day camp. And it's only day camp, my dear opposition team. And the day camp, you still have to go back, you have to UI.
We are talking about Malaysia, not just in America.
Well, Malaysia is using the year-round system right now. So, and he has also stated that teachers will earn more money. My points above, and which my first speaker has stated that it will increase the efficiency of students, and my second speaker has stated that it helps scheduling the vacations better, and it will help make full use of the facilities of the school. We urge the judges to sway with us, the government team, who strongly agrees to the motion today, which is this House believes that schools should last all year long. Thank you.
Thank you. The first speaker has spoken for 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Next, first speaker of the opposition to present his case. Time given in 5 minutes. Please begin.
Thank you to the chairperson and the timekeeper. A very good morning to our honorable adjudicators and members of the floor and my dear opponent. I'm the third speaker of the opposition team, and I'm going to do rebuttals. First, the second speaker has said that year-round school will maximize the facility of school and save the cost. But just now the third speaker said they can hire more teachers. With hire more teachers, it will cost many money for their salary. Okay, and
Feel like
no, the time and the second speaker said that it is easy for schedule, but my second speaker has said it costs many money to
Sorry, just now we didn't say hire more teacher. The year-round school is same with the not a traditional school. If the teacher is no need to hire more.
Yes, the third speaker has mentioned just now. And the second speaker said self cost and easy for schedule, but my second speaker has said it costs many of transitioning and the operating of staff to do the thing. And the first speaker, reject. The first speaker has said that year-round school can enhance efficiency of students. As we know, the year-round school are most private school or elite school. So they will have exam before they entering the school. They can filter the good students, and so the students' results are good because they are already a good student, not because of this system, this schedule. Okay, and my second speaker has mentioned about family and assessment. Yes.
Do you think all students is good? Do you think all students is good student? We are talking about the most of students, all students. Okay.
Yes, all students in the school are filtered through the exam. They filter the exam like our school. We filter the student with exam. So most are good. And so just like the year-round school, their results are also good. You know, it's because they're already good, not because of this year-round school schedule.
POI. Okay, so you have talked about the cost just now. Are you denying the fact there are governmental programs for students and schools who are in need of financial aid? Are you
I'm
denying
talking
that
about
fact?
private school and elite school, not government. Yes. Okay. And first speaker has mentioned that the student will forget what they have learned in the school during the long break. But we know that teachers will give us homework and assignment to do in the long breaks, so we will not forget about what we have learned during the long breaks. And the second speaker said that save cost, but my second speaker has mentioned that it doesn't save cost because they will need to buy more tickets to go back home, and just my second speaker said their relationship between their family will lose or decrease, and so they need more time to stay at home with their family.
The family and the student will only lose when they just meet once in just the 3 months, just meet once in a year. But if the 45 and 15 plan, they can meet every 45 days and 15 days.
But they stay at home for 15 days to 20 days. It's different with you stay at home for 3 months. Because if you stay at home for 15 or 20 days, you feel like you are on the travel. If you stay for 3 months, you are feeling like you are going back home, and you feel very free. You feel very free, you just like at home. And if you stay for 15 to 20 days, you thinking about after 20 days, a short break only, I will go back to the school and start.
POI.
Yes.
This issue is considered psychological. We are discussing about how year-round school issue, not psychological issues, bro.
But the mental of the student is also important on their academic results. And so that's all my rebuttals, and my team strongly disagree with the topic of today. The school year should last all year long. Thank you.
Thank you. The third speaker has spoken for 5 minutes. The first, second, and third speaker from the government and our region have delivered their speeches. Before the both team deliver the required speeches, each team will be given 2 minutes to discuss. Start now.
that my team has given. And just relating to what my third speaker has just said, we have different feelings compared to 3 months of staying at home and comparing to 15 to 30 days. So, the transportation cost is also one of the main reasons why year-round school schedules should not be considered, as they need to cost more money to go home. So, before finishing my reply speeches, this House still strongly believes that school should not be lasted all year long, and our team has clearly won the debate based on what I've just said just now. So I urge the judges to stay with our side, with our position, which is this House still strongly believes that school should last all year long. Thank you.
Thank you. The request speaker has for 2 minutes and 54 seconds. Now, let's invite the government to present the reply speech. Time given is also 4 minutes. Please begin.
Thank you, Chairperson and timekeeper. Let me start my speech with a quick quote. If the plan doesn't work, change the plan, but never the goal. A very good morning to our honorable judges, members of the floor, and of course our overteam opponents. Today, I'm the first speaker and the last speaker of my team, which is the government team, and we strongly believe that the school should last all year long. Now, first, let me give up today's motion, which is this House believes that the school should last all year long. Where our government team. Why? Why is because our first team has stated that by using the all year long system, school can increase the efficiency of students and teachers, and teachers are getting into the students are getting into study much quicker, while teachers are able to prepare more to educate the young. He also mentioned that short breaks can recharge and re-energy students, so students can learn better. Besides, our second speaker also stated that all year-long system can make students, teachers and families easier to schedule programs. For example, schooling programs or vacation. They can be planned ahead much easier. Moreover, he also stated that all year-long system can be cost-saving. This can maximize the school facility usage in using minimum expenses due to the multi-track system. So, the opposition teams failed to mention that multi-track system can be applied to traditional school, as traditional school have 7 hours of studies per day, while the year-round school studies 5.5 hours a day. This is why the multi-track system cannot be applied in traditional school. And also, they failed to mention that the governmental programs for governmental programs for students and schools who are in need for financial aids for both governments and private schools. Also, in year-round school as well. So, in my point of view, that we are better than the opposition team. So, that's why our government team urged the members of the floor to sway with us in seeing that schools should last all year long. I repeat, the school should last all year long. Thank you.
Thank you. The request speaker has spoken for 3 minutes and 47. We have now come to the end of the debate. Please adjourn for our administrator to make a decision. Thank you.